Hi, everyone. This is MoveEasy Yoga with Via and Kathy and the gang. Um, Today is July 24th, 2021. I'm in Chicago at Leslie's house. So Leslie's going to practice in the background, in my background. Um, let's go ahead and get started. Just lying on your back, supine, quiet, watching the breath. Feeling the gratitude that your cells have that you made it here today. They need nourishment just like you need, the cells need nourishment just like you need food and water. See if you can find the quietest place in your mind. I love my body loves me. I take care of my body and my body takes care of me. Take a couple more breaths. And then bring your hands behind your head for vagus nerve reset. And while you're here, without moving anything else, move your eyeballs, shift them to the right. And wait and watch for an involuntary sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Come back to center in your own time. Look left. And wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. When I say look left, I'm saying eyeballs looking left. Come back to center. Repeat twice without my cueing. Right, left, right, left. When you're finished, get ready for head ramping. And this time you can have your hands behind your back. You could have your head on a sponge ball or a set of therapy balls. Whatever you're doing, just press the back of your occipital ridge towards the floor. The skull slides up away from the shoulders. The chin drops. Stay here for a couple breaths. Traction for the cervical spine. And then release. And repeat 5 more times. Finish up. And release your hands. And have your knees bent and your feet on the floor. You can bring your knees together and your feet a little wider. So that this is a bent knee position, supine position that where you're releasing the psoas. So with your knees together and your feet apart, feel the release in your sacrum and your psoas. Breath work. Let's do an extended exhale breath. So just taking an inhale and counting how long it is, and then making the exhale longer than that. And do 6 of those. Finish up. Bring your, get ready for the basic hypopressive. Your heels are in the floor, your knees are bent and parallel, and your feet are parallel to each other. Heels on the floor, toes toward the ceiling. That's dorsiflexion. It helps engage the pelvic floor. Bring your arms up overhead as if you're hugging a tree. Flip the hands, press the hands toward the ceiling, press your scapula into the floor. So activating the arms and shoulders. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. All the way out. Hold your breath out. No breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale and exhale. Come all the way down. Extend your legs and cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Bring your arms up again over your chest and stack your hands. The left hand is on top. Bring your arms overhead. So stretching out along the torso. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. No breath. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And inhale and exhale. Bring your arms down. Switch your legs. Left ankle over right. Arms up. The right hand is on top. Bring your arms overhead. 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out. No breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to start supine with some basic hip lifts. So hip work. Go ahead and bend your knees. You can wiggle a little bit in a transition here. Listen to your own body. Bend your knees, feet on the floor. We're going to do bent knee leg lifts. I'm gonna get on the floor and do them with you. So let me see how I'm going to do that here. Okay, I want to be sure I can see Kathy. Okay, so your head can be on, a brick or a set of balls or towels. Knees are bent. All you're going to do is lift your right leg up, keep it at a 90-degree angle, and drop it down. And keep everything at a 90-degree angle. Feel you can alternate. Do it slowly. Feel the abdominal work that happens as you bring your leg down. Feel where the movement is happening. It's happening right at the hip joint. Nothing else, everything else is just following. The knee and the ankle foot follow that. Then you can use your breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Feel the abdominal work as you come up and down. Let's do 2 more on either side. Functional yoga is one of the most functional movements we have at the hip. And go ahead and finish up. When both feet are on the floor, take your right knee out to the right. Just drop it out. It's a knee drop. Keep the hips on the floor and bring your knee back up. Other side, drop, knee drop. Try to keep the hips even. You can even put your hands on your ASIS to help with that. And just keep going back and forth. We'll do about 5 more sets. Slowly, trying to visualize what is happening here. This is a rotation, a hip rotation. The hip bone is rotating in the acetabulum. Another fundamental functional movement. And use your breath. Be sure you're breathing and moving. And I think this is the last one. The last set. And now let me see what I have written down here. We're going to do crisscross. Bring your legs up into tabletop. So the knees are bent, bring it up. And now just cross the forelegs and the feet over. They cross over. Look at Kathy. She's doing a good job. And you can make it bigger if you want. Just play around with it. This is a very playful hip opener. Back and forth. Crisscross. Compliments of Jill Miller, Yoga Tune-Up. And then whenever you get tired, you can do this to exhaustion. Just rest your feet on the floor. And then when you're very ready, put a brick or a set of therapy balls. Actually, I prefer therapy balls or either size therapy balls under your sacrum, just below your sacrum at the tailbone, not on the tailbone though, just above the tailbone. We're going to try to release the we're going to try to release the Obturator Internus, which is this one of the little bitty hip flexor muscles that actually connects also to the pelvis. So whatever you put under there, bring your legs back up, just like you did with crisscross. Your legs come up, and then you're going to open the knees. The knees open out to the side, and then they close. And do this slowly. Make sure you find a position that works for you in terms of the placement of the therapy balls. Slowly open and close. If the balls are too hard, the brick will be easier. If your legs, thighs start shaking, it's because you're doing a good job. And because you haven't been releasing this particular muscle. It's not easy to release, actually. This is one of the few ways you can get at it. This could help with lower back issues. It can help with all kinds of movement at the hips.
Is it okay if I use a sponge ball?
Yes.
Anything that gives you lift.
Anything that gives you a little bit of a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, is probably good. And then whenever you're finished, just drop your feet and remove the tool and come. We're going to stay here with a block. We're going to do some shoulder work, just the same basic shoulder work we actually did last week. And we don't do very much. And I kind of liked it. We're going to do scapula protraction, first retraction with a brick, holding onto a brick. So take your hands, except where's my brick? Well, there's one. Do you have a brick? So your legs are either extended or your knees can be bent. It doesn't matter. You may want to put a washcloth under your head. Your arms are up toward the ceiling. You could be on a mobility strip if you have one, which will allow you more protraction and retraction. Take your arms up toward the ceiling, hold on to the brick, and move both scapula away from the spine so that your arms start moving up toward the ceiling because of that scapular movement. And then come back down in a retraction and moving the scapula towards the spine. So keep going here, do about 5 more of these at your own pace, being aware of where the movement is happening and what's happening. The scapula is moving, it's protracting and retracting. Another fundamental functional yoga movement. Whenever you're finished, stay where you are with your arms up toward the ceiling with a block between your hands, and then slowly, first of all, I want you to protract. So the scapula moves away first, so the arms lift up a little bit, and then the arms go overhead by the ears or near the ears, as close as you can get to that. And you're just going to go back and forth. This is an overhead arms movement. The brick just helps give you some structure. You could do this with a strap and get some structure also. If you pointed your toes toward the ceiling, like we do in the hypopressives, you're going to engage more of your pelvic floor when you move. Always an option, or a lot of times it's an option. So do all together about 6 at your own pace. So it might be a little more or a little less. Remembering that slower is better. Whenever you're finished, remove the brick. Drop your feet so your feet are flat on the floor. Hug yourself. Wrap your arms around you. See if you can grab the scapula, maybe, and rock from side to side. The last one we're going to do is back to legs. Bring your arms beside you. Take your arms can even be out in a T, or it could be in a cactus position, elbows bent. Bring your legs up to tabletop and then take them to the right. Keep your knees even. Take them as far as you can get to the right. You don't have to go all the way down. Feel the abdominals bringing you back. So this is abdominal work. It's called revolving abdominals. So go left, come back, use your abs to bring you back, and then go to the right. Keep your shoulders on the floor. Keep the knees even. So if you notice that your top knee is sliding backward, don't go any farther. Go only so far as you can keep your knees even. When you're returning, use your abdominals to come back. This is core work, ab work, hip work also. And then come on back to center, drop your feet, come up to a floor seated position. We're going to do side bends first. I'm going to time you, so let me get my timer. I'm going to time you for 40 minutes,
40 minutes.
40 seconds. That'd take us right outside the, the class, wouldn't it? Okay. Forty seconds. These are all bone building poses because they're working on the spine. Just go ahead and take your find a comfortable seated position and then take your right arm and slide it along the floor. And take your other arm and take it up and over. And just breathe, keep your hips on the floor. And then go ahead and drop your top elbow to the front to create a little more stretch in the armpit and the latissimus dorsi. And then bring your elbow up first and then bring your entire torso up. And switch to the other side. Slide your left arm out. Bring your right arm up and over. And just staying here and breathing and enjoying the lateral side bend that you've created for yourself. And then go ahead and bring your elbow forward, top elbow forward for the last half of the pose. Still side bending, just adding a stretch at the armpit. And elbow comes up first, and then the torso comes up all the way up. And then spine twist. So taking your right arm to your left knee, bringing your left hand behind you. So finding a spinal rotation, sitting tall. And once you find and maintain that, if you want to, you can start sliding the rib cage from side to side. Try not to involve the shoulders of the upper trapezius. It's just a rib cage slide. Can be very small. Your chin can be forward or it can be looking over your shoulder. Slowly unravel, come to the other side. Left hand on right knee, right arm behind you, spider fingers. Find and maintain a spine twist. And then if you'd like to, add the rib cage slide. And slowly unravel and find a strap. Yes, find a strap and stack your knees. Instead of doing the wrist exercise, we're going to do closer to what the yoga pose is. It's called cow face pose. The if your right knee is on top, then your left bent elbow is high. You have a strap over your shoulder. I don't care which side because you're going to grab it. Well, I guess I'm going to put my strap on the left shoulder. So my right knee is on top. You're going to hold on to the strap, which goes behind your back. You're going to hold on to it low with your right hand and high with your left hand. And then you're going to start crawling your hands towards each other. I mean, in an ideal world, you're actually putting your gripping here behind your back. But in our world, probably, I used to be able to do this. I can't do it anymore because I haven't done it enough. Anyway, you're using your strap to find a shoulder opener. So I love this pose, and I think it's hard for people. And Kathy, can you put your elbow straight up toward the ceiling or no?
No.
No, that's your cranky elbow, right? Oh, no, that's okay. So put it as high toward the ceiling as you can, and then you're going to crawl your hands towards each other, and then tug on the strap and pull, and open your chest. And I should have been timing this, which I wasn't. So maybe I'll time it for 10 seconds and then let you go to the other side. This is also called Gokanasana. Gokanasana. Asana. It's got to end with asana. Go ahead and stop, everybody. Switch to the other side. Switch your knees and your arms. So remember, if the left knee is on top, the right shoulder is high, the right elbow is high. And you can put your strap on the right shoulder. Grab onto the strap with both hands and open your chest and crawl your hands towards each other as much as you can. Sit tall. To sit as tall as you can and breathe. And quietness. Try to find the quietness in this pose. Six more seconds. And release your strap. Come out of your stacked knee pose. And we're going to, before we go up to standing, we're going to do some work with the wrists. So find another comfortable, maybe a cross-legged or a Z or a kneeling pose. We're going to work with the domes, the Neuro ball domes, half domes. We're just going to do the series, the 5-point series for your hands. At your sides, although Kathy said she liked having the balls in front of her. So I want you to have somewhere where you can sit tall in some sort of floor seated position with your balls under your hands. If you don't have Neuro balls, you can use a set of therapy balls. You're not going to get the neural part. You're not going to get that stimulation, but you will get some release at these target points. The first target point is at the top of the hand, palm, sort of in the middle of the metatarsals. Just press there We're going to be for 40 seconds each placement. Go ahead and press in both hands. So this is what goes pretty quickly because it's both hands together. Starting at the number 1 point. Just pressing your body into those balls. Your seated body weight. Keep as flat. You're almost doing I'm a small lean with a hip hinge into the balls. And I do have them in front of me. And then come down to the middle of your palm. Just right in the middle. And we'll do the same thing. Pressing, sitting tall. This is also a hip opener because you're in a floor seated position. Put all your body weight there, and you can actually find also a small hip hinge, which actually is going to be really helpful for posture. So if you can open your chest, hinge forward a little bit, open your chest, press on the balls, lots of things going on here. Time's up. Go to position number 3. That is, you just keep going down. It's at the palm, at the bottom of the palm, the heel of the palm, as a matter of fact. Just pressing. Remember that you may want to uncross your legs, cross them in a different cross. Just breathing and enjoying tension release and nerve stimulation, talking to the brain. Fourth position is to the outside of the hand. Kathy's pointing at it. Find a place. There might be a couple places actually that will work for you. I just did this, and then I got a release in my cervical spine. It popped from the work in the fingers. I'm convinced that all of this handwork with the ball actually does release the upper back and the shoulders and neck. Last position is the inside of the palm. And so find that position. And stay tall, sit tall with a small hip hinge, flat back hip hinge forward. Come out of that. I want to show you another position that's a pain position that's right here in the thumb pad. So let's add that to the series. Try to find this position that's at the base of the thumb instead of the base of the toe. I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm adding this. Emily Splickle doesn't have it include it, but it's different than anything we've done. Find it. Base of the thumb. It's a pain relief point, actually, trigger point, actually. Why wouldn't she add it? She'll probably add it next week to her series. my neck released again. My body is very, actually, because I've been doing a lot of this for a lot of years, I guess it's very responsive to that sort of thing. All right, let's go ahead and stand up and get ready for short foot. Can we do, I think we're going to try to do short foot. Can we do it on the ball? Let's see something. You stand up. Let's try. This is my own imagination, seeing if you can stand. I'm going to be seated. So see if you can stand. I like your little heart rug, Kathy.
Yeah, I think that'll show better than,
Than the other. Okay, so let's see if we can do short foot on the half dome, the little domed.
oh,
Let's see if we can, you can put your foot, your ball, not that, no, I'm sorry, I'm the dome of the neuro balls, the half dome of the neuro balls.
okay.
Put it underneath. See if you can, you might not be able, the toes aren't going to be feeling the same, I don't think. But put it under, in the middle, underneath your foot. Lift your toes. Drop your toes. You may not get them down to the floor. But you are, I think you are working on this arch. And I think I'm trying this. And so I'm gonna let you go. I'm not gonna have you try to add the core at this time. Let's go to the other foot. Left foot, the neuro ball is in the middle. Your heel is on the floor. Lift your toes and then drop your toes and see if you can just get the toe pads to press on the floor. And stay here for a few minutes. I'm getting a neck release there as well from the work on the feet. Go ahead and switch sides. Let's do this one more time. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about whether I like this a lot. You could tell me whether you like it a lot. It is short foot because we're dropping the toes and we're making the arch smaller by the movement of the toes. So lift your toes and drop them and press the toe pads on the floor. If you can get them there or almost. And just breathe into that. And relieves that and go to the other side. You're basically short footing over the neuro ball. I'm actually taking, I'm seated, I'm not standing, but I'm taking my heel and bringing it up a little bit so I can have my toes on the floor. So you might fool around with that too. You don't want to curl your toes. You want them to be flat and pressing just the bottom of the toe pads on the floor. Okay, finish that. Let's do some heel lifts. You're going to need a little therapy ball. Heel lifts. This is different. This is different. It's and you'll need a chair or a safe point, a wall. And you're going to do heel lift both heels, so parallel feet. Before you start, make sure that the toes are directly in front of the heel. So the heel is lined up directly behind the toes. Now start lifting the heels and lowering them. And lifting and lowering. Up you go. And then stop that and put a therapy ball between your heels as far back as you can go. And start lifting and lowering your heels about 10 times. And when you're finished, get ready for balancing on one foot. You still need a safe point. Balancing on one foot is simple. It can get, you can complicate it if you want and make it into a tree pose with a hip opener. But it's simple. The basic move is simple. You're standing once again with parallel feet. Check that your toes are all directly in front of your heel. And your heels are directly behind your toes. Now, standing on your right foot, lift your left leg, knee up towards your face. And we're going to time for 40 seconds. And if you need to, you can touch a wall or touch a chair. You can come out of it. But the longer you can balance, the better. And your arms and your inner vestibular system actually helps you balance. So there's you get a lot of help here. And you're building bone density in your standing leg. Switch sides. Forty seconds. Now, is she doing tree pose? No. Yeah. Actually, practice this as often as you can while you're brushing your teeth, while you're in line at the grocery store, while you're waiting for a bus, while you're waiting for Godot. Okay. That's
We're going forever.
right. Come on down onto your belly, prone for us. We'll do the prone back extension, but first we're going to do before prone back extension, we're going to do a prone elbow propping. So this is similar to a couple of yoga poses. You're going to lie on your belly, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, and just what I want you to do here is make sure that you're not involving your lower back. So find a position that feels like your thoracic spine is like drooping like a little hammock. And just stay here and breathe. This is also a nice way to find breath in the back and bottom of the lungs because of the position you're in. Good for COVID. or any breathing or respiratory issues. Easy to do. Don't, if you feel like this is going into your lumbar spine, make it smaller, change your shape a little bit. And now come down onto your belly with your hands by your side, palms up. If you can't, if it's hard on your neck or your lumbar spine to do the full lift of chest and arms, I want you to just lift your arms like Kathy's doing right now. Just lift the arms, feel that movement, which is strengthening the upper back extensors. Otherwise, take an inhale to prepare and an exhale to lift your arms, your chest, and your head. Remember that your head, it's a head ramping position a little bit, so all of your spine is straight and stacked. And just stay here and breathe. And if you would like to, you could lift your chest a little bit higher. And then inhale to prepare and exhale to come on down. We're going to come on up and do airplane, unless that's really hard for you, then you can just stay with the original. So take an inhale to prepare and exhale, lift your arms, your chest, your head, drop your chin a little bit, tuck your chin a little bit, and stay up here and breathing. Take an inhale again, and then exhale and bring your arms out into the side, airplane. And stay here if you can. And if you want to, you can lift your chest up just a little higher. And breathe and come out of this if you need to. We'll be out in 15 seconds. Take an inhale to prepare and an exhale to come on down. From here, bring your arms out into airplane. Look to the right. Keep your chest and your armpits and your arms on the floor. Bring your right leg up and over behind the other leg. And you can do anything you want with your hips, your knees, your feet. This is both a hip opener and an opening in the upper back. Just stay here for a few more seconds. And then come on out of it, go to the other side. And go to the other side, look to the left, bring your left leg up and over. Keep your armpits, your arms, your shoulders on the floor. Just opening up, releasing the upper back, which is good for your lower back. And just stay here and breathe and release. You should automatically, this requires the upper back. The movement of your leg up and over the other leg, behind the other leg, actually requires that your upper back release. Go ahead and come out of that. Find your way onto your back for Yoga Nidra, 61-point guided meditation. You may want to put a blanket over you or a towel over your eyes. You want to stay warm and feel warm and safe. "61-point guided meditation." Just starting to notice your breath. Breathing in and out, noticing the abdominals moving in and out. And now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes your 61-point guided meditation. Go ahead and extend your legs and bring your arms overhead. Start to stretch in both directions. Stretch and stretch and stretch. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make circles with your wrists and your ankles. Hug your right knee into your chest, and then your left. Hug both knees into your chest. And then rock from side to side, releasing the lower back, opening your hips. And then whenever you're ready, rock all the way over, roll all the way over onto your side into a fetal position, bottom arm, a pillow. The top arm presses into the floor and brings you up to seated. Now, Caitlin, I didn't see you yet. I mean, I didn't see your message till now. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to remove Kathy from the spotlight. I am going to make it into a gallery view so we can see each other. And we're going to close with the ordinary namaste, the usual namaste. Just bringing your hands together at your heart. Make me cry. See Leslie in my thumbnail. And bring your hands together and just press them hard, press them hard. See if you can find a little bit more work in the shoulders and the upper back. With just this little pressure. And then go ahead and release that. And lift your skull up away from your shoulders so that you can roll the skull forward, just nodding, bowing, acknowledging, noticing and acknowledging the light in each of us, the light that is each of us. And knowing that we're all one light. And we'll close the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
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 Thank you, everyone. I'm going to find the way to stop the recording.